everybody, it's me Stacey here at Scrapbooking Made Simple, scrapbookingmadesimple.com. Hello, welcome. If you are joining me Saturday morning, that is the premiere of our Saturday with Stacey YouTube classes, 8 a.m. sunny California time, 10 a.m. Central, 11 a.m. Eastern, and 4 p.m. in the United Kingdom. And if you look that way, there's a live chat going on. Now, if you're not joining me during the premiere and you look that way, there's probably nothing there. But we do live chat every Saturday morning during my full-length commercial-free technique-based class where I try to bring you the latest and greatest from your favorite manufacturers, showing you techniques that you might not have seen before or perhaps forgotten, all while incorporating product you might already have in your crafty stash. I am swooning over today's class. I am in love with it. I have product from Creative Expressions, beautiful product from Creative Expressions, and there's a story to go with the product. But before I get there, we have winner chicken dinner to talk about. Yes, we hit 1 million subscribers on YouTube. 1 million subscribers. Thank you, everybody. I literally couldn't have done it without you. So as you know, as we've counted up the 100,000s, I've been doing gift cards in the amount of, if we got to 600,000 subscribers, I did $600 worth of gift cards. If we did 700,000, I did $700 worth of gift cards. Well, I said at 1 million, we would give away $1,000 worth of gift cards. Do not tell Mr. SMS, please. Please, if you call and for some reason he picks up, do not say anything about it. He's on a need-to-know basis. And he doesn't watch my videos. He figures he lives with me. That's enough. So, I have 10 winners. Somebody, our random generator picked one person, and whatever that person had posted, if it was one person and it said one person, $1,000, that person would have won all $1,000 worth of gift cards. But the majority of the people, I think, picked 10 people $100, and that's what we've got. So we picked the first person, and they said one person, $100, so that means 10 people. Then our random generator picked 9 more people so that this one person spread the love across all 10 of you. Congratulations. There is $100 waiting for you in your online account right now. I think it's only fair that we do something spectacular. This is spectacular. And like I said, I couldn't have done it without you. So I appreciate all of you and all of your support. And wow, what a year it's been. And it's only going to get busier and better, I think. I have my fingers crossed. I'm leaving to go to Florida soon. And I'm not going to Disney World. Anybody want to guess what else is in Florida that does crafty stuff? I have a meeting. And we're gonna see what happens. So let's get back to our winner chicken dinner. I know, I get like squirrel. So I wanna announce all of these names. Please forgive me if I get it wrong. I am dyslexic. I know many of you know that. I am profoundly dyslexic. If you read a text from me, the poor people who get my texts, they have to decipher what it is I meant to say. Bless their pea-picking hearts. And on email, I do my best, but the joke is if you get an email from Stacey and there isn't typos in it, it wasn't Stacey. Somebody's hacked her account. Don't answer it. So I'll do my best to pronounce your names, but really, you're gonna win $100. Does it really matter if I butcher it just a little bit? No, I didn't think so either. Okay, so these lucky people, yeah, 10 of you have $100 in your online account right now. And just so you know, Our winners can be international. They don't have to have their username, their real name. If we can figure out who you are, like this one, we must have been able to figure out who you are from your username. If we can figure out who you are, you can be a winner chicken dinner. All right. Our first winner is Joey. Joey Ranzano. Hey, Joey. Congratulations. You're a winner chicken dinner. Our next winner is Terry with an I. Terri. Terry Croak. Hey, Terry. You're a winner chicken dinner. Wahoo kachoo. Our next winner is the one I was talking about. This isn't their name. It's obviously a username, but we must have been able to figure out who they were. And we will search for you. We don't just give up. We really try. It's Delft Mom 3. Congratulations, Delft Mom 3. You've won $100. Our next winner is Carol. Carol. Oh. Carol McAleenan? Carol McAleenan. Carol McAleenan? I know that's not right, but you love me anyway because you just won $100. And if you're not standing up going wahoo kachoo, you should be. Our next one is Kathleen. Hey, Kathleen. Naisvich? Kathleen Naisvich? I'm going with a hard A because when two vowels go a-walkin', the first one does the talkin', and it's N-A-S-E. So I'm thinking the A is a hard A. I'm going Kathleen Naisvich because two vowels went a-walkin', so the first one does a talkin'. Yes, I'm 55 years old, going to be 56 years old, and I carry that little tidbit with me. It's a wrinkle in my brain that just won't go away. Our next winner is Janet. Janet McChristian. Okay, I can do that one. Hey, Janet. Hey, girl, hey. Then we have Gail. G-A-I-L. So all the ones that spell it with a Y are like, aw. Gail Spresser. Hello, Gail Spresser. Congratulations to you. Our next winner is Joanna Maness. Manus? Is that it? Manus? Joanne Manus? It's one of the two, but Joanne, you're a winner. Joanna, you're a winner. Joanna Manus. And then we have Patricia Green. Bless your pea-picking heart, Patricia. I can pronounce your name easy peasy, even though you have the extra E on the end. I know it's shh, silent. Our last winner is Angela. Angela Jennings. Hey, Angela, girl. Well done, you. You have $100. So I am going to, well, we have Joey, Terry, Delft Mom 3, Carol, Kathleen, Janet, Gail, Joanna, Patricia, and Angela. If those are the only names I had to pronounce, I would have done well. So I'm going to just scroll this up, kind of like a movie credit, so you can see your name. You don't have to do anything. The money is already in your online account. All you have to do is spend it. Now, how hard can that be? I bet that's actually going to be really difficult because now you've got free money and you want this, but do you want this or do you want that? But maybe you think you want that today, but tomorrow you want this. It's like a kid with the Sears catalog at Christmas when I was little and you circled this one. I wanted this baby alive, but then 3 days later I crossed it out and I wanted Santa to bring me the wagon. But 3 days later I crossed it out. So have fun figuring out what you are going to spend your $100 on. And now that we've hit 1 million subscribers on YouTube, I am tapping out and we're going back to our $25 every week giveaway. Now, I ask that you please like this video. The YouTube gods really appreciate when somebody likes the video, as do I. Apparently it makes this huge difference. So if you can hit the thumbs up, I would greatly appreciate it. Okay, today what do I have for you? Well, I have product from Creative Expressions and Hero Arts and my Jacquard reinkers and some Sizzix stuff thrown into the mix. And when I saw this product from Creative Expressions, I saw it early. I am very lucky. It is not lost on me that I am very lucky. I get to see product sometimes 6 months, 8 months earlier than anybody else. I'm very lucky. It's usually because they want my opinion on it. So I'll take it. So when I saw this product, it's by Andy Skinner, and I was like blown away. I was like, oh my gosh, yes, gotta have them. Absolutely. I want them now. But there were only 4 SKUs. And I'm like, I wish there were a few more. Do you think we could do 6? Do you have 6 that we could do, or 8? And Liz Ann, who runs Creative Expressions, she's the managing director, said, well, Andy has drawn 4, and aren't they beautiful? And I'm like, they are beautiful, and I want them. But could you go back and talk to Andy for me and ask him, could you do a few more? And I know that's got a little chutzpah, a little ballsy, but if you don't ask, you don't know. So she said, yeah, I'll talk to Andy. And she went back, and Andy did 4 more SKUs. So the entire collection is 8. And I had to have all of them. I just love each and every one of them. So today it's about Creative Expressions. It's about Hero Arts. I'm working with my Jacquard inks. I've got Sizzix stuff. I've got tips. I've got tricks. Yes, tricks. You're like, tricks? And it's not juggling a ball. That I don't do. But what I can do with a big shot machine and a rub-on, if you haven't seen this is like psh, with rub-ons. Truly. So I'm going to tilt on down. I'm going to get started for today. I want to let you know this might run a little bit shorter than normal, only because I have to go to Florida. Bye-bye. So when we are live chatting during our Make It Monday, I will be in Florida. And when we are live chatting on Tuesday for my Take Two Tuesday event, I'll still be in Florida. By the time I'm done with my meeting on Tuesday, it's too late for me to get a plane to come home. So I am leaving very early Wednesday morning. I will land just in time for me to get into the car and get to work. All right, so I'm going to tilt on down. I'm going to show you some samples. I think that's what you have to post. Where do you think in Florida I'm going for this meeting? Now, nothing has happened. This is just a meeting. So you post for a chance to be a winner chicken dinner. You post where you think I'm going in Florida. And I'll up the ante. I'll do two $50 gift cards this time. Hit the like. If you post, you gotta hit the like. So you tell me. I'm not going to Disney World. I know. Shucks, right? But that's okay. This might be a whole new Disney World for me. Okay, I'm going to tilt on down. We're going to get started. It's good to see everybody. I'm going to show you some samples that I didn't have a chance to finish yet, but they're so beautiful. I have to show them to you. At the end, I have the most beautiful finished samples. Trust me, I've got stunners for you. But these 2 I did myself. It's just on white paper. This is an Andy Skinner stamp. This is rub-ons from Hero Arts. Isn't she beautiful? Oh my gosh. This is an Andy Skinner stamp. This is a rub-on from Hero Arts, and all the ink is mine. Stacey Park ink by Jacquard. Love my Jacquard inks. Yes, and we're under production. We're getting ready to go into production for the next 6 colors for July. So I'm going to show you each of the stamps. I'm going to stamp with each of the stamps, and then we're gonna go from there. I want you to see the stamps ahead of time, and I'm gonna tell you on the hero transfers, there are 2 sets. I have done one of them previously. This is the original set that I did a while ago. And there are 5 different rub-ons in here. It's not just one, there's 5 of them. But this is the brand new set of rub-ons that we haven't done. And there's 5 of them in here as well. So I've got an I want it all for both of them, just so you know, or you can get open stock. I leave it up to you, but they kind of look similar, so I want you to know they are different. One of them is older and one of them is new. Now let's talk about the stamps. And so I have nowhere to go but up. And it is a rubber stamp. I'm just going to take it out while I've got it, because I'm going to use it. I've got Let Your Dreams Take Flight. And that is what the sentiment says. Let your dreams take flight. These are all Andy Skinner. Again, he started with 4. The collection was only going to have 4. But I'm like, what am I, no, I need more. And I said, would you please go ask Andy if he would do some more? I really would want them, I promise you. And Lizanne went back and Andy said yes. This one is I'll Be Your Umbrella. This one is Best Friends. Here we have Friends Forever. So they're all sold individually. I don't know if they're available anywhere else right now. We may have them first. I'm not 100% positive. They're all sold individually, or you can get the bundle. I want to say they're around between $10 and $11 a stamp. They are gray rubber. This one is Let's Go Fly a Kite. I love that they all come with a sentiment so that you have options with that. I've got 2 more to go. This one is All You Need Is a Hug. And I'm gonna stamp with each one of them. I want you to see the impression. And the last one is The Places You Will Go, which is one of my most favorite Dr. Seuss books ever. Oh, The Places You'll Go. Love that book. Well, I love Dr. Seuss. So I think it's because everything rhymes. And with my dyslexia, I like the cadence. I think it's the cadence of it that I like. All right. So I am going to bring over my stencil and stamp tool. Hello, stencil and stamp tool. You can see that I do not have my little green piece here. That is because I am not going to be using it as a stencil alignment tool today. I don't need my stencil alignment tool. I'm going to be using it as a stamp positioner. So I have got my sticky grid. Comes with your stencil and stamp tool. I guess we'll leave this in the YouTube Yummy since I'm using it. We have a phenomenal deal on it, truly a phenomenal deal. The sticky grid allows you to put your paper down. It has the tack of about a Post-it note. The more you do this though, eventually it won't become sticky anymore. Somebody last week was saying they had cat hair all over theirs and it was still sticking. So yes, it lasts a really long time, but when it no longer lasts, Sizzix does sell a replacement pack of 5. And it's not that expensive. I want to say it's about $11, $12 for all 5. And this very well could last you an entire year, these 5. because they do stay sticky quite a long time. The lid comes in and out, easy peasy. You don't have to click, you don't have to push, you don't have to snap. It comes in and out. And the lid does have two sides. One with a grid, one without. The grid lets you kind of line up anything if you want to do straight lines. The smooth side is what you want to put against your stamp. Now my smooth side is kind of dirty, but mine is well loved. Since getting this thing, I haven't put it away because I do lots of stenciling and I do lots of stamping. It's a beautiful tool made by Sizzix, and they have just released, and we just had it on a YouTube, the Stamp and Spin tool, which is an accessory for this, which lets you do, you turn your tool and you can make beautiful wreaths, but you also can make the most stunning background paper. Now, I'm going to start with this because I want to stamp each stamp for you. I want you to see what each stamp looks like. So I'm going to use some big paper. I'm going to go ahead and cut some of my paper in half. I'm not going to try and trim it down. I want to have a little bit of extra room for my rub-ons and my ink. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do a few more. And then after I stamp, then we're going to play with the rub-ons. And after I play with the rub-ons, then we're going to ink. I have a plan. Just remind me of that about halfway through when I get squirreled and I do something else. Okay, so my paper is down. I just want to hold this up so you can see your paper doesn't move, but when you need to peel it off, like I said, it's like a Post-it note, comes right off. Down, right off. And again, this stays sticky. What makes it go not sticky anymore is like embossing powder or glitters over the top of it. And again, lots of times, every time you put your hand on it, the oils from your hand will get to it. But it's inexpensive and easy to replace. Let's start with, oh, the places you'll go. Now, I'm not going to work with the sentiments right now. I don't think so. So I'm just going to push those off to the side. And I've got a little piece of paper on here that I need to pull off. If I try to make this cling right now, it's a no-go. I need to expose that cling. If you can believe it, these are like hand cut. They're hand cut. This is a beautiful stamp. Thick, rich. It's beautiful. It feels like a more expensive stamp than it is. I think they're retailing somewhere around $10, between $10 and $11. And it's so deeply etched, which is why I want to stamp with each one of them so you can see. Now, I don't have to turn my lid this way and that way and front ways and back ways and over top and under bottom to stamp with clear or with cling. It's just one platform. You stamp on the side that doesn't have the grid, the smooth side, whether you are using clear stamps or rubber stamps. Like I said, you don't have to flip it or move it or topsy-turvy it. I am going to be using my Color Pad waterproof ink today. This is by Jacquard. It is not my Stacey Park ink. This is waterproof ink. And I think for just a second, I'm going to zoom back and tilt on up. So there was a question in the store. Is waterproof ink the same as permanent ink? Nope. So, StazOn is a permanent ink. It is an alcohol-based ink. And the reason it's called StazOn is because it's like a Bic or a Sharpie marker. You can stamp with it on metal and it will dry. You can stamp with it on vellum and it will dry. You can stamp with it on paper and it will dry. It stays on what you need it to stay on. Glass, absolutely. Think about it. If you have a Bic or Sharpie marker and you're writing on something, does it wipe off? No, once it dries, it's there. So that is a permanent ink. Color Pad is a waterproof ink. That means it won't move with water. Stays on also won't move with water, but they are different. Will this stamp on vellum? It will, but it's going to wipe off. Will it stamp on glass? It will, but it's going to wipe off. Will it stamp on metal? It will, but it's going to wipe off. But when you're talking about paper and a porous material, and you're going to use something with oodles of water, stays on is meant to stay on other things. This is the ink you want. This or an India ink. Either one of them is going to do a fabulous job when you are working with lots of water. It doesn't move, it doesn't smear. You can use it with your alcohol-based markers. Can you use stays on with your alcohol-based markers? Nope. Alcohol and alcohol do not go together. They are going to make, it's going to bleed and make mud, and you don't want to do that. But you could use this with your alcohol-based markers. So they are not the same. Just because something is waterproof does not make it permanent. So you use the right tool for the right thing. That was a big question in the store the other day, and I'm like, nope. And they're like, really? I'm like, yep. So I explained it. So I thought maybe I should explain it to you too. All right. So I'm going to ink up. Oh, let's tilt on down again, right? You're like, okay, what are you doing? Let's tilt on down again. All right. I'm my own camera person. So let's ink up. These are brand new stamps, so I haven't used them yet. I might do a double stamp just to make sure. I'm going to put my little lid right back on in. I'm going to let it fall, and I'm going to give a press. Up. Oh, that looks good. That looks really good. Now I can decide to come back if I want to do a second impression. Because it is a stamp positioner, all I have to do is re-ink up, and my stamp is going to perfectly align to where it was because I haven't moved my paper, and my lid fits the way it does, so I can ink and press. And now I've got this super rich, dark, beautiful background. Look at that. Isn't he cute? You have to see them stamped. So there's one. Now, when I clean this, you are going to find that it is going to stain my stamp. I'm okay with that. Can you take a solvent cleaner? You can, but this isn't really a solvent ink, but it will, you can take like maybe hand sanitizer to try and get it clean. I have no problem with this because once I clean it, even if I were now to stamp this in red, the black isn't going to transfer. So here's my first stamp, and this one is the places you will go. Now let's do my second stamp. Again, I have to take off this liner protecting that cling. Grab a piece of paper. And people have asked, can I turn it this way? Sure I can. If that's what makes my heart happy. I always, for some reason, I have no idea why. I guess because I'm conforming. Since this is going horizontal, I stamp horizontal. But I don't have to turn my whole thing horizontal. I can stamp vertical just like this. Maybe I'll do that now and give that a try. I don't know. It went that way, so I followed along. All right, let's see what we've got. Woo, Stacey. And let's stamp her and see what we get. Beautiful. Let's do it one more time and get a little bit darker image. Again, these stamps haven't been used before. Once they've been seasoned, which is what I call after you've used a stamp a couple times, it gets better and better. Just like an embossing folder, the more you use it, the better it becomes. Oh yeah, okay, so I'm good there. Let's put her there and there and layer her on top of him. Look at how beautiful is she. I mean, really beautiful. All right, let's go to our next one, which is Let Your Dreams Take Flight. Peel off my liner. Put down my paper. Okay, I want to make sure I'm not crooked. Well, we're going to go for it. Let's close it up. Ink it up. But I think I'm crooked. I think it needs to go like that. All right, well, let's see what happens. That's why I have paper that's bigger than I need. So this is Let Your Dreams Take Flight. Ooh, by the hair of my chinny chin chin up there. I'm going to do it one more time just so I get a super dark, super beautiful impression. The black dye waterproof ink does have a re-inker, and it does say it's a dye-based ink, which makes it completely different than a permanent-based ink. Look at, isn't she beautiful? She's just lovely. All right, so that's Let Your Dreams Take Flight. Let's keep on going. Let's take I'll Be Your Umbrella. Ink it up. Down we go. Oh, boy, that's crooked. Okay, well, when we drew it, well, should I straighten her out and turn the paper around? That's straight. Okay, well, it's just paper, and it has two sides. Bam. Now she's straight. A little off to one side. Better. Okay, one more time. Oh my gosh, look at that impression. I mean, really, look at that impression. All right, moving on. I feel like I'm missing a stamp. Oh no, there they are. Okay. This one is nowhere to go but up. Close them up. Ink them. And let's see what we've got. I mean, it's a good impression on the first go for not having been stamped off or erased, because usually when you get a new stamp, you need to kind of condition it. So for a first stamp, it's a really good stamp. But I just want to get that color as dark as I can. That's beautiful. They're just gorgeous. All right, I just have 3 more to go. And then we are going to start playing with our rub-ons. This one is Friends Forever. And look at the size difference. Look at the size difference from the packaging versus the actual stamp. Big difference, huge difference. The packaging is not to scale. Okay, close it up, ink it up. Sometimes when you're out shopping, you need to, if there's something that interests you, it's worth the time to pick it up and turn it over to see what the real size is. Lots of times the packaging is not to scale. And you may be looking at this going, do I really, at regular price, I think it's $13.50. Do I really love it that much for $13.50? Because you're just looking at the size of what's on the front. It looks a little small. But when you turn it over and you see the actual size of the product, then you're like, okay, I get it. And actually, yes, I do want it. Or you could say, nope, now it's too big. Because there is a difference in size. All right, 2 more to go. Here we have Let's Go Fly a Kite. This is, oh, I forgot to take off. This is the one that I stamped crooked. And the little side here has got to be a little higher than the other side, I think. I'll do it this way. Yeah, see, this side is higher. Needs to be a little higher than the other side. Okay, let's see what we get. Down we go. Good push. Up. And down we go. All right, last one. And then we're gonna move on to the rub-ons. And this one is called Best Friends. That's how easy the stamp positioner is to use. It's really a stenciling tool, but it happens to have a dual function. Well, now it has a triple function because you have the stamp and spin adapter that will work with it. I like the size, well, mainly because my stamps for Sizzix tend to be larger. I like that it doesn't have a lip anywhere around it, so you can use any size paper. She came out pretty good just on her own. All right, I'm gonna let it be. All right, so I have stamped all of them. I'm gonna move them a little bit out of my way. And I'm gonna show them to you just so we can go through. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I had to have them all. I love them all. Now we're gonna move into rub-ons, and I'm gonna bring over the rub-ons from Hero Arts. Rub-ons have come a long way, baby. When they first launched years and years ago, they were horrible. Sometimes they would ruin the project you were doing because you would go to rub something on and only half of it would stick. They were terrible. So rub-ons, they disappeared from the crafting world for a long time. They were just gone. Well, they are back, and they are back with a vengeance. They are like, bam, hello, I am here and I am amazing. These are by Hero Arts, and they are background rub-ons. Again, we've done one of the sets already. This set we've done already. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna open them up, but because they are what's considered a consumable, I thought, you know, we'll put them out again because maybe you've used them and maybe you'd like to get them on sale. Now, they do come with a popsicle stick. They do. They come with a popsicle stick. And these are the 5 designs in the set that we launched already. We have 5 more designs in the new. And the new one, the SKU is RT123. That's how you know that's the newer one. RT123 is the newer one, and RT107 is the older. So 5 different designs in this one. You still get the popsicle stick, but 5 different designs. Love this. I love this one. So music notes are in both, but they're totally different. Different scale. Directions are in both. Maps are in both. One's more a city map and one is more a globe. There is script in both. This one is like in maybe an old English script. Where this one's maybe a little more French looking. Oui, oui, bonjour. And there is a dictionary print and newspaper print. So there are 5 in each. You'd get a total of 10 if you were to get both, and I'm going to show you how to use them. We are going to take these popsicle sticks and we can use them to, I don't know, we can color them, paint them, and figure out something to do with them, but we are not going to be using them with the rub-ons today. Oh no. Now I'm going to just grab all of them because I don't know which ones I want to use with what, so I want to have them all handy so I can look at them. And let's take my first one. And which rub-on do we want to use with this one? Maybe I do this one. So I am going to cut this rub-on in half. Maybe a little bit more than half. And then I'm going to cut this rub-on in half again. And then I'm going to take this rub-on and I'm just going to kind of chunk out a little bit of this so that my edge is not so perfectly straight. And just kind of distress my edge up a little bit so it's not so perfectly straight. And same here. Okay, now I can either put them super close together or I can put them super far apart. Where do I want them? Do I want them just to be on the edges? If I wanted to keep them together, it would go, maybe I'll do that on the next one. This one I'm going to keep them a little further apart so that there's no rub-on in my main stamped image. So I'm going to pull off the liner. This has nothing on it. Don't need it anymore. I'm going to put it down next to my I'll take it a little bit higher. Down right next to him. And then I'm going to pull off my second, and I'm going to put it next to her. Again, keep it maybe a little bit higher. And I'm just going just a little bit into them, just a little bit. Okay, rub-ons on. Now this is where those popsicle sticks would have come into play. And you would sit here and you would take your popsicle stick or your stylus tool or whatever you're using, and you would rub, 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 and then you would peel it up and you would see if it's transferred, and if it has, great, but if it hasn't, you'd lay it back down and rub, rub, rub. I'm a girl who just likes to get things done. So if you've got a Big Shot machine, hello. I want to just get it done. So I am going to take my Big Shot machine with my base platform. I am going to put a do not cut plate or a cut plate down, makes no difference. I'm going to put my rub-on, my stamped image rub-on facing me, my squishy right on top, which is my silicone pad, and then my knock-knock right on top. No other clear plate. Normally we use these 2 items when we're doing an embossed element on our die. Like my fanciful framelits have embossing elements in the sets. So you use these to get that embossed element. This time I'm going to use it to add just enough pressure. Just enough. See, squishy's coming out the back end. That's what we're looking for. We want squishy to come out the back end. Squishy, it's getting longer and longer, coming out the back end. I want to get my rub-on done. I don't want to peel it up and put it down and peel it up and put it down. I just want it to be done. That's all. I just want it to be done. And just like that, my rub-ons are on. Just that fast and easy. Okay, let's pick our next one. And I think, so I'm going to put this one over there. I think we will do this one. And I think I'm going to take this one and do the whole thing around her. So I'm going to cut it somewhere around there. I'm going to save this, obviously, because I can use this piece later. I'm going to expose the rub-on. Just deciding where I want it to be. Put it down. Bring over my machine. Base platform. Cut plate, do not cut plate, whichever you want to use. A do not cut plate is just a plate you try not to cut into when you're die cutting. You use it as your top plate, and because it has no cuts, it doesn't warp as fast. I'm going to put my stamped image with my rub-on facing up. I've got my squishy, which is my silicone pad, and my knock-knock, and I'm going to send it on through. Now, where it didn't stick here is because of my ink here. So where it didn't stick was where she is and that ink is, which is perfectly fine. I'm good. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? Moving on. Let's see, which one do we want to do next? Music notes. The new music notes. They're so cute. So this one I'm going to do on either side. So I'm going to kind of cut it, because I don't want the music notes to go all the way through them. I want some space. Oh, I could have even made it smaller. Maybe I'll use this one for another one since I made it so big. It's still too big. Nope. Yep, so I'm going to go in there and I'm going to kind of carve out just a little bit of this. I didn't have to do that on the last one because I used the whole sheet. I just don't want it to look like there's a straight edge if I can avoid it. So I just carve out just a little bit. Not much. Just enough to take away that so straight edge. And I'm not like thinking about what I'm doing. I'm just digging in and up and down and curving it and a little bit of a roundy. going to put this one all the way there. And I'm going to put this one all the way there. So into her just a little bit. And then let's run it through. And then I think I'll do one more. That way we have 4 to play with maybe. Squishy on top. Knock, knock on top of that. Send it on through. Wahoo! Now, is that the way to do a rub-on or what? Let's see. I like these two. I like them all, let's be clear. This is hard for me to choose. I think with him, just cut some of that out, just so my edge doesn't look so straight. And you don't have to do that. This is just me being me. I'm gonna get it close enough to him, but not so close that I lose him. Ooh. I think I might cut some of this out just a little bit. There we go, just to make a little more room for him. All right. And while I'm here, I have leftovers. Ooh. See, I get squirreled. Oh, I didn't cut my edges. There. Maybe on these last ones, I'll just take all these leftovers. And there, so I've got this one to run through. I've got this one to run through. I've got leftovers. This one's too small. This one isn't. I'm taking all of those pieces that I had trimmed off the other ones, and now I'm just using these as well. Okay, I get to do that one. And I still have this. And just trying to take those edges off. Okay, I get to do that one. And now that really only leaves me one, so I suppose I should finish it. But this one's just not big enough. Okay, I'm gonna leave him plain. We won't do him at all. We'll finish him, but we won't put any rub-ons down. Okay. So let's see what we've got. Let's run them through. We'll leave him the way he is. We've got her. I'm gonna trim those off just a little bit so they don't get all over my, I suppose I could save it, but squishy, knock knock, and let's roll her on through. Can you roll it back? Sure, if you want to. It's not gonna hurt anything. Rub-on's done. So there's that one. Let's roll this one. I'm just filling in the space. I've got the rub-on. Bring it on over. In the time I do all of these, chances are you'd still be doing your first one with the popsicle stick. Not that there's anything wrong with a popsicle stick, and it doesn't have to be a Sizzix Big Shot machine. If you've got a die cutting machine that will allow you to do an embossing feature, go for it. No masking. So you could use stamps to do this, but you would have to mask everything off. So this one I didn't put anything in between. We'll just live with it and see what it looks like. What's the worst that can happen? You think I can do two? Well, maybe the other ones are already done. We'll just do one at a time. But maybe I only have one more left to go. Squishy coming out the back end. This is a super neat trick using your Big Shot machine or your die cutting machine to do your rub-ons. All right, this is the last one. The other ones are all done. Then we get to the inking part of today's class. Squishy first. Oh, I didn't straighten out my plates. They are crooked. Ooh, doggy, they're crooked. Okay, center. There we go. Straighten out my plates. Squishy coming out the back end. Look at that go. That's what you want to see. Anytime you're using your silicone pad and your texture impression. I think they now call it a transfer sheet or a transfer set. Oh, I got a little bit of rub on my... Okay, well, I've decorated my cutting plate. All right, I'm done. I've got them all done. I've now stamped. I've now used my rub-ons. Still have... So I still have a full set left, over a full set. I only used 4 rub-ons, less than 4 rub-ons to do everything because I used the leftovers. So I've got her and them and her, him. I'm gonna leave him all by himself, but I did her. Did I do that? No. No, that's yes, different. And this one. All right, now let's talk about inks. So I'm going to need to use my blending sheet, and I'm going to use my full-size woodware blending sheet. It comes in this A4 size, and I generally cut it up into multiple sizes because I usually don't need one this big. Usually I cut it up into smaller pieces and use the different size pieces when I'm inking or blending, and I use the size that I need. But today I'm gonna go big. And I'm gonna use some white paper. Let's cut some up because I just wanna show you what it's gonna look like. And I'm gonna do some white paper without any of the stamps on it. So I have my Jacquard inks, Stacey Park Jacquard inks. They're dye-based inks. They are water reactive. They are wet enough to allow you to do embossing with them, with embossing powders. There are 12 colors. And in July, there will be 6 more colors and 6 more matching glitter colors. So they do have ink pads. Yes, I have the ink pads to match. But today we're just gonna play with the re-inkers. Now, I love using the re-inkers. I love it more than using the ink pads. You'll see lots of people take their ink pads and kind of spritz them around and then spray, spray, spray. I love to use the re-inkers. They make my heart happy and they just come out so good. Now a little dot is gonna do you. So I may do a little dot there and a little dot there. Couple little, that's all the ink I'm gonna use right now. Little dots, little dots. And then maybe I'll throw some yellow in there. And then maybe just a hair bit of a darker blue. That was a lot. Okay, that's all I'm gonna use because that was a lot. So I'm gonna start with just a little bit because a little will go a long way, and I can always add more if I want. I can always make it more saturated. Now, when I hit with my water and I take something, you'll see that I got plenty of ink on here. at least to get me started. Now I take my paper, I give it a quick little mist, psh, and then I can go in and start picking up color. So I like my re-inkers because I have a little more control over what I'm doing, where I'm putting the color. It requires so little ink. If I want a little more color, I can put a little more color. Dot, 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 dot. And dot, 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 dot. Ooh, plenty, 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 plenty. Spritz it. And yes, I'm using the back of my tweezers to do this. And I can make the most beautiful backgrounds. Truly, the most beautiful backgrounds. They're just gorgeous. I can pick up all that color and then do something with it. If I want to add more color, can I add more color on top? I can. Because my inks are the way my inks are, you can add more and you can keep layering. I can keep going in and adding more color until my heart is happy. It's really hard to make mud with my inks. And I'm not using watercolor paper, I'm just using regular paper. And I can just keep on going and going and going. If I want to do a different color combination, I change it up. Let's see, I always love my yellow because my yellows go with my blues and my greens, but my yellows also go with my reds and my oranges. Now I'm going to use Cranberry Fizz, and it's a strong color. So a little goes a long way of cranberry. Ooh, that was a lot. A little goes a long way of Cranberry Fizz. So I want to keep some of my yellows separate. And I want some of my yellow to blend with my Cranberry Fizz, but I don't want all of my yellow to blend with my Cranberry Fizz. Give my paper a little bit of a mist. Oop. They're fun, they're gorgeous, they're easy to do, and a little ink goes a really long way. That's why I use the re-inkers over the ink pad, because my inks are so highly saturated because they are being produced by a fine art company, that they just are beautiful, so pretty. So let's take our guy who we didn't do any rub on with, right? Let's take our little dude who we didn't do any rub on with. And let's clean her up. Blending mat, amazing thing to have. And let's do some yellow. And let's do some maybe darker blue. And let's do a little bit maybe of some green. That's it. That's all the ink I'm going to use. You can see how a re-inker is going to last you a really long time. Give some spray. I want some of the colors to blend into each other, but I want to keep some of the colors more true. Now, because I've used a waterproof ink, spray right over the top of it. And then I can go in and start picking up my color. Water is your friend. Re-inkers are not scary, but it has to be the right re-inker. Do I want more blue in there? Can I do more blue? You need an ink that loves water and that is highly saturated, really pigmented. Because the more you add water, the more diluted it's going to become. So if you start with an ink that is not strong in color, by the time you add your water, you're almost done. And I'm just picking up that, oh my gosh. Okay, I think I should stop. Oh my gosh, what do you think of that? Holy smokes, artichokes. Okay, a little bit of blue there. A little bit of blue there. I think I'm gonna stop. He looks great. Oh, it's so pretty. It was just that simple. These are that easy to do. And when you have the waterproof ink and you've got a stamp that is sketchy and silhouette-y all at the same time, you don't need to do anything more than this to make magic happen. And I didn't use the rub-on. I should be done. Step away, right? I should be done. I should be done. Okay, I'm gonna be done. My guts. Well, okay, it's only paper. What's it gonna hurt, Stacey? Oh, it's only paper. What's it gonna hurt? I just put a little bit of my darker, my Admiral Blue in there. What's it gonna hurt? Just want a little bit more kind of cloudy. A little bit darker at the top. Now I'm stepping away. Now I'm stepping away. I'm going to let that dry. I'm going to let it dry. I could come in and add a little bit more of something to this. Oh, that's a lot. That's not a little bit of something. That's a lot of something. And just make a background. Do I want to layer my color? Do I? It's only paper. A little more water. Have no fear, water is here. I just let it dry. It didn't make mud. I guess that's my key point. They don't make mud. No mud here, ma'am. So I'm gonna let this one dry with these. Don't know what I'm gonna do with them, but I'm not tossing them. We'll figure out something to do with them. I'm gonna wipe down my table and we're gonna move on to one with the rub-ons. So let's see, which one do I want to start with? Her, let's go crazy. Yellow, 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 yellow. Pink. Ooh, lots of pink. 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 Oh, too much pink. Oh, there's gonna be too much pink. Oh well. It's only paper, but I'm nervous about it because I know how much pink that is. It requires so little. So I want some of it to stay on its own. I want some of it to blend into each other. See, look at how pink that is. Wow, lots of pink. But you know what? Let's go for it. Oh, holy smokes, artichokes. What do we think? I think I want more blue. Okay, how do we feel about that? Right? Easy. These are so easy. Now, when we trim them out, that's when we get to see all the fabulousness once we trim them out. So let's pick another color scheme. Paper towel. I'm just trying to pick it all up and make a background. All right, let's let it dry and see what it is. And let's take a next one. I got a couple blues going on. Got a couple, yeah, got some yellow happening. And a little bit of green. Water. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. Now you may be looking at this going, I don't know that I think it's beautiful. That's okay. That's okay. This isn't going to be for absolutely everybody. But if you want a quick and easy way to make something look like you spent hours on it, holy smokes, nobody needs to know that you dabbed and you spritzed. Nobody needs to know that you took your rub-on through your Big Shot machine. Nobody needs to know that. They can think that you masked this off. Oh, wow. Okay, this is yummy. I think that's pretty dreamy. I don't want to cut this piece off. I think I'm going to trim it this way because I don't want to cut that piece off. Maybe I should make it go a little bit. Do you think I can make it go a little bit higher? I don't know. You're like, don't do it, Stacey. Don't do it. Leave it alone. No, what fun is that? A little bit higher. That way, if I have to cut something off, I've still got that blue going on. Okay. Okay, let's keep going. How about we go into the oranges and the yellows and maybe the pinks or the reds? I wonder what plum will look like. This may be a hot mess. It's that little of ink. That's it. Could be a hot mess. Spritz. I think I need more. I actually think I want more plum. Look at her. Oh my gosh, I am in love. Dot, 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 dot. You see how intense that color is for such little tiny dots? And this is, I'm using 100-pound cardstock. And it is holding up to my water. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave it as I dip just a little bit more. I think I'm gonna leave it. Now, if this wasn't as saturated as it is, by the time I add my water, my color would fade into a much lighter color. The lighter your saturation is in your ink, the less water you can use with it. The higher your saturation is, the more you can use it. Here's the pink. There's a dot. That's seriously saturated. Ooh, one whole drop of yellow. Okay, which one should we try with this one? Ooh, that's really wet. And I forgot to mist my paper. Darn it. Yeah, I forgot to mist my paper, and it sucked in too fast. I needed to mist my paper, but we're gonna make it work anyway. All right, well, I found one that's not my favorite, and it's my fault because I forgot to mist my paper. I need to stop trying. I keep thinking if I add just a little bit more, it'll make it better, but I don't know that it will. But it is only paper. Well, and a rub-on. I'm going to let it dry, and we'll see what we end up with. It's a little loud, but we'll see what we end up with once it's dry. Got a few more to do. Do we want to do just one in just one color? It's a lot of red. I'm going to do one in just one color. Oh, Stacey. Thank you. Just one color. Now let's go in and just make it a little darker in some areas. I think I added too much water. Ooh, one whole drop. Oh my gosh. Oh, look at how deep that color is. That was a whole drop of re-inker. Oh. Yeah, look at how deep that color is. I think I like it when it has more than one color. Yeah, I think I'm a girl who likes it when it has more than one color. So that's a lot, but I'm gonna let it dry and we'll cut it out and we'll see what we end up with. All right, I got 2 more left to do, and then we can go back to the first one. Look at that green. done. I'm not gonna touch this. Put it down. Okay, I did. Okay, I'm gonna pick it back up again. Oh my gosh. It's like perfect. Perfect, perfect. Oh my gosh, love it. I could sit here and I could do this all day with you. I would have absolutely no problem spending 12 hours doing nothing more than mixing and matching and making. I would just have the best time in my entire world. This is my jam. I get it. I like it. I want to do it. And you can too, because it is just as easy as I am showing you. There's no right, there's no wrong, there's no talent needed. Oh my gosh, look at that color. There's no right, there's no wrong, there's no talent needed. I'm gonna let that dry. Gosh, I like that one enough to maybe do that one again over here on this one. Well, you know what? No, I'm just gonna add. What did I use? I used the blue, the Admiral blue. I used some green. And I used some yellow. Will lightning strike twice? I don't know. Oh, I'm gonna add just a little bit more up there. But I think that's it. I think I'm done. I'm just gonna pick up a little more color. Oh, I think they're beautiful. Okay, we played with color. We played with color. And see now that it's drying. Look at how beautiful they are as they are drying. If you have an ink that is not saturated enough, this is going to dry pale, almost non-existent. I mean, like this one had very little, I had very little ink there for it to pick up. So it's a very, very light shade of peach. But it started in this shade. So you have to work with an ink that's going to let you have fun. No, I'm not going to touch it. I'm just not. I'm going to let it be. I am. I'm so proud of myself for that. I'm going to wipe this down. And now we have decisions to make. You're like, what more can we do? You have decisions to make. So we stamped with all of our Andy Skinner stamps. They're stunning. They are by Creative Expressions and they are brand new, smoking hot, amazing. We used a waterproof dye-based ink. Super important. Super important. I think I'm going to put this off to the side because I don't think I'm going to color anymore. Crazy awesome to have something like this, especially when I'm blending inks or I'm palette painting, because I typically take it and cut it. Look at how this is drying. I think I might stamp something on this one just because I really like it. I think I'm gonna stamp something on that one. So I use this, I cut it into smaller sizes when I'm palette painting or I'm blending with my blending brushes. So I tap my blending brushes off and I can pick up the color. But now we have decisions to make. As these dry, I have to decide, do I want to add a little bit of white to them? Maybe a little bit of white to maybe tone something down. See, I am loving this one with the yellow and the plum. I'm thinking this one looks amazing. I am thrilled with this one. And he is so flippin' cute. I'd like him a little bit, maybe just a little bit more moody blue. You're like, what? You just finished, Stacey. I know, but I just want him maybe just a little bit more moody blue. Like, you're adding a lot of color in there. I know. I could be taking it one step too far. I could be going from amazing to hot mess in a squirt of my water bottle. See, I wanted it a little bit more moody. And I got a little bit more moody at the top. I like the moody. Okay, now I'm gonna stop. But don't hold me to that. Don't make me laugh, I'm still coughing. Don't make me laugh, you guys. Okay, put the blending sheet away. We have options now. What do we want to do with our options? So, Sizzix sells this tool. It is like a universal tool. It has a head on it that you can take off, and all the attachments will go in and click in, and then you turn it and they lock in. It is double-sided, so you can take this piece off. This one happens to come with palette knives, a long palette knife, a short palette knife. I think this is the mixed media one. Or you can just put in like that, take it off, put it in, and you're good to go. They have, I think, 3 or 4 different sets of these, and the housing, the body is always the same, but the attachments are different. And you can't buy the attachments without the housing. But I'll tell you, once you have all of them, if you have all of them, some of them do distressing, some of them have an eraser to it, some of them cut paper. They all do, each set does a little bit different. And like I said, this one comes with the palette knives and the brayer. So we're gonna put this on sale. I'm gonna text over to Sizzix and say, hey Sizzix, remember me? Stacey, hello. What can we do these for? Hello, and I'm gonna do them at the very best possible price I can. I want to say they're around $25 for the set, and I'm gonna do the best price I can just on this one, because I don't know about I don't know what the stock level is on the others. So I'm gonna text them and see what stock level they have and what's the best price they can do. Now, what am I doing with this? Well, if I bring over one of my smaller little mats, I'm gonna take some of their white acrylic paint, and it is just an inexpensive white acrylic paint. And this is where I have to decide if I want to leave it the way it is. Do I want to leave it the way it is? Or do I want to add just a little bit of white. Just to kind of give it that vintagey, shabby chic look. I mean, it doesn't take much. Just a little bit of white to add here and there. Now you can go heavier if you want. You can absolutely go heavier to where you almost cover up the image and the ink. Decisions are yours. But sometimes just toning it just a little bit down can make all the difference. See, now it almost looks like it's washed, like whoosh. Okay, let's all say that together, shall we? Whoosh. Sound effects are required here at Scrapbooking Made Simple. I do oodles of them, like bing, bang, boom, and zhizh, and bam, and, well, whoosh. But I like the way it looks because it softens it just a little bit. So this is what you now have to decide. Are we going to soften or are we going to leave it the way it is? And having the little brayer tool, that lets you do more than just brayer because you can get all the other tools. If you have all the other tools, then you've got three housings and you can do dual heads on all of them and have all your little tools ready to go. The only thing that Sizzix needs is a storage unit for these on your desk. You'll never guess who has been talking to them about a tabletop storage unit. I'm such a pest sometimes. But they need something to put this in. Everybody's got that oval one that's like this tall and it's got silicone. I want something that you can leave there and it's got some weight to it. But we'll see. Time will tell. All a girl can do is pester. In the nicest way possible. Always in the nicest way possible. So now I've toned it down just a little bit by adding a little bit of the white. I could go in and add a whole lot more white. I could let the white dry and add color on top of it. I'm just trying to tone down a little bit where maybe it got a little wild. Although this one didn't. I just wanted to add the white to it because I wanted to have that whoosh, that soft look to it. Let's tone this one down too and see what happens when we do that. And of course you don't have to use white. You can use a colored acrylic paint. Or I suppose you could see, I got on her. I'm going to get some of that off because I don't want it to be all over her. Well, now I've really got it all over her. I've really got it white now. Really white. Let's give that a minute to dry, shall we? I have a thought. I think I'm going to leave all of these. I think I'm going to leave all of these the way they are because I think they're beautiful. I don't want to touch them. So while I'm letting this one dry, I am going, and it's all, the paint's water soluble. I'm going to bring back over my stamp platform. Hello, stamp platform. My stencil and stamp tool. Hello, stencil and stamp tool. And I'm going to put this one down. And what do I want to stamp? I think he's so cute, but I did him in that color. Maybe I do her? Let's see what we get. Yes, yeah. I'm telling you, I could stay here all day. So I did my color first, and I came back and I did my stamp second. So, which way you want to do it? Stamp first, color first, stamp. It's up to you. Options aplenty. Maybe there. Oh, I moved her. And stamp it down. Oh, not a great stamped image. I wonder if this is still too wet. Let's ink it up again. And let's see if I do better this time. My paper might be too wet. Let's give it a second try. Better. Let's go one more time. One more time. So cute. Okay, so I did this one. And I got ink all over it. Let's find her. No. Yes. Now, what's the chances I'm going to be able to line this up? I say slim and none. For all I know, we're going to get a double stamp. Time will tell. So since I got too much white on her and I diluted the ink, or I didn't dilute it, it softened too much over the black. I don't think this is gonna line up. If it was a clear stamp, I'd have a much better chance. But being that it's a rubber stamp, I'm flying by the seat of my pants here. Oh, not so bad. Let's ink her up again and try one more time. For flying by the seat of the pants, I'm not disappointed. I'm not mad at it. Well, you can see her better now. But I will be honest, it's not my favorite. I suppose they all can't be my favorite. All right. So we had way too much fun. Now it's all about deciding what to keep and what to let go. And that can be a hard decision. What to keep and what to let go. So the stamps are going to fit on an A2 beautifully. But this one I might want to keep square. I could cut it down. But I think that would hurt my heart just a little bit. Let's get some Stacey tape out. You would do a better job of taping down than I am. Come on. There we go. This one I'm just going to fold right back into itself because it's double-sided tape. Fold it right back into itself. And she's sweet. I think the hardest part for me is deciding what to cut off and what to keep. He's so sweet. And I like having the white, the negative space. It's hard to cut this off because it's so pretty, but he's just beautiful. And we did so many of them so fast. I went through and I stamped everything, and then I went through and I added the rub-ons to everything, and then I went through and I colored everything, and bing, bang, boom. I actually colored everything plus, because I made some in the plain. Bing, bang, boom. You can do this. We did it together. And it was so easy. So easy. This is the one that I did with some of the white. What to keep and what to let go. Probably the hardest part of the whole class is me deciding what I'm willing to cut away. Because honestly, I don't want to cut any of it away. I love it all. I love it all. That little negative space is just perfect. The negative space is the white space that I'm talking about. So maybe you've seen this look, but you're like, oh, I could never. Oh, but you can. You can, and it took nothing. It took my reinkers and some water. Reinkers are not scary. Water is not scary. Paper is not scary. Stamps, not scary. This is just, I love this one. Oh, that was not good when I put it down. I'm going to have to fix this. I'll do a thin mat. So I showed you how easy the stamps from Andy Skinner and Creative Expressions are. So easy. So beautiful. And you can do larger cards with them. This is the one I stamped after the fact. What a great class. What a great Girl Scout craft. What a great craft for Vacation Bible School. This is easy for everybody to do, and because the inks are water soluble, they come right out. You don't make a mess. And everybody feels like they accomplished something. And if they make mud, let's just say they do, then you just give them a new piece of white paper. Have them start again. Just give them a brand new sheet of white paper and say, go for it. All right, so I played with the fabulous stamps. I feel like I need this one. I'm going to mat this one. I know. It's like, couldn't you mat them beforehand? No, because we did them together. But this one is magic. Ooh-wee. I was following one of the lines on the globe. I got that way off. But that's okay. We'll just straighten her right on up and call it good. Imperfect is the new perfect. Got a piece of black. Oh, see, I think that looks amazing. Look at all these we did. I'll tape this one down, and then I promise I will show you everything that we worked with, and then show you all the stunning finished samples that I have for you. And I have a lot of finished samples. They're beautiful. Okay, I think she's dreamy. Love the colors. So we played, and we played, and we played, and we played, and we played. And all I did to do this, all I did was stamp on some white paper with my stamps from Creative Expressions and Andy Skinner, stamped on some white paper. I took my rub-ons from Hero Arts, cut them in half, put them where I wanted them, ran them through my Big Shot machine. That way I didn't have to worry about using a popsicle stick. Made magic with them. And then I took my re-inkers and I did little itty bitty drops of ink and then spray my paper, and away I went. Little itty bitty drops of ink. You saw how little the drops were. Can you imagine how long these are going to last you? That's a good thing. That's a good thing. And then in July, 6 more colors. Then, just because I wanted to soften some things up, I took my brayer and a little bit of white, just a little bit of white, and I brayered it on to soften my look. You've got this. You've got this. You can do this. All 8 stamps are available as an I Want It All, or you get them individually, whatever floats your boat. I am thankful to Andy Skinner for not telling me to get lost when I went back and said, could you ask him for just a few more designs? I'd like to have like 6 to 8 of them. And then he did 8, and then I couldn't decide. I couldn't decide which one to not do. So we just took them all, because if he was going to do the artwork, I'm going to buy them. All 8. So I Want It All or individually, entirely up to you. The transfers, there's an I Want It All for both of them or individually, entirely up to you. The ink pad with the re-inker, this is the waterproof ink available. All of my inks, whether it be the re-inkers or the full-size ink pads, are available. I've got 12 colors. They make my heart happy. That's going to be available. I'll do the Brayer tool from Sizzix and their white acrylic paint available for you. And the mat. We'll do the mat. And of course we'll do the stencil and stamp tool. That's important. And the squishy and the knock knock. Boy, I better write all this down because I'll forget what I'm supposed to add. Elena and I are the ones who load all the product, and I add things in at the last minute and then I forget about them. So if you don't see them online, say, Stacey, during the live chat, I didn't see something, and I'll go back and add it in. That just means I forgot about it. Are you ready for beautiful? These are so easy to work with. And they're timeless. I just think the style and the design are timeless. Am I having a little bit, this is by D. Adams, this is beautiful, D. Adams. Am I having a little bit of design envy? Oh, you bet I am. Would I have loved to have done these? Yes. Is this in my wheelhouse? Absolutely not. This is Christine Smith. Oh my gosh, Christine, this is beautiful. This is not in my wheelhouse, designing this type of a product. I'm not that talented. Andy Skinner, you rock. Creative Expressions, you rock for having Andy do them. Even if he had only done the first 4. Look at that. So just all the way around. This one is Sue Humphreys. Sue, this is beautiful. So a lot of these were done by Creative Expressions in their design team. This one's by Christine Smith. They're beautiful. Look at the bold colors. So this one didn't get finished. Look at the bold, fabulous colors. A few of these are in here that did not get finished. This one is Fiona Randall. Hello, Fiona. Wow. I don't know who did this one, but I like it. See, and I love the next one, the Pop of Red. D. Adams, love the Pop of Red, girl. And I love the next one. Ah, Christine Smith. This is beautiful. And she took the ink and did a little darker color, and she made it look like there were trees. Here's one we did that didn't get finished yet. It'll get finished. You've got the rub-ons, you've got the ink, you've got the sentiment. We'll get it finished. And then look at this. I'll be your umbrella. Wow. And friends forever. Dare to dream. I love the moodiness. Look at these two are the same stamp, and yet they look entirely different. Same stamp, entirely different. Two different people, Christine Smith and Suze Humphrey. Love them. Here's one I did. And I've got a little bit of the white paint over the top to soften it down. Not finished yet, but it will be. The stamps do all the work. All you have to do is add a little bit of color. A little bit of color. And you are good to go. So not quite finished yet, but it will be. I did this one too. And this is Fiona Randall. But wait, there's more. So we did this one. You've got the rub-ons going on, the ink. We did this one. The rub-ons going on, the ink, the stamp. These all have to be finished. And look at how cute is he. Christine Smith. Wow, girl, you rocked it. Maz Smith. Done with embossing powder. Ooh, well done you. One of ours, where we will finish it. For someone special. Nowhere to go but up, even though that's not the stamp that goes with this set. Really beautiful. Forever Friends. Maz Smith. This one is one of ours. So SMS, honorary SMS girl Katie and honorary SMS girl Patty worked on these. And they had, Patty was like, this is my joy. She was so worried about playing with the inks to get that look. And honorary SMS girl Mary said, girl, let me show you. And in no time, Patty was just inking like you couldn't believe. In fact, I think Patty looked at Katie and said, I've done 6 already. How many have you done? Look at how soft and sweet this is. And here, one that we've done, and we've softened it with the white paint. Oh, the places you'll go. This is by Fiona Randall. And she did another one in the embossing. The Maz Smith. Oh, one of 4. There we go. She did another in the embossing. So I think she embossed and used Stays On the top. I just love the colors. Sometimes all you need is a hug. Going this way and up. That's very clever. What a way to edge it out. Yep, and the next one we did. And the last one was done by Moss Smith. So, we had fun today. We played and we colored and we inked and we had no expectation. And when we turned it over, we had that moment that was just fabulous. And we used paper and the smallest little bit of re-inker. And magic is what we were able to accomplish. Absolute magic. All right, you guys. So it's me, Stacey. And remember, what do you have to post for your chance to be a winner chicken dinner? And I said I'd take it up to $50. Wow. Don't tell Mr. SMS. You have to post, who am I seeing in Florida? Tampa, to be specific. I'll be live chatting from Tampa on Monday and on Tuesday. My meeting's on Tuesday, but I get back to my hotel. Too late to catch a flight home, but early enough to still live chat with all of you for Take Two Tuesday. So I hope you had fun. I hope you learned something. I hope you saw that with a squishy and a knock knock and your Big Shot machine. Who needs a stinking popsicle stick? Let's use popsicle sticks for what they're meant for. Get out your ice trays, fill them up with lemonade, stick a popsicle stick in it when they're about halfway done, and then all the kids can have a little treat. That's what we used to do. We used to have Dixie cups. Do you remember the Dixie cups? We had Dixie cups, and my mom would make lemonade, usually from a dented can, and we would fill the little Dixie cups up, and about halfway through, she'd stick popsicle sticks in them, and then we could push it out of the Dixie cup, and we had homemade popsicles. My parents were not wealthy. They were basic middle class at best, and so I thought that was the best thing in the world. So if you were buying the rub-ons, make yourself some homemade popsicles. All of this product is available at Scrapbooking Made Simple, scrapbookingmadesimple.com. I think some of the rub-ons are going to be available at an independent retailer. My inks should be available at an independent retailer. They are not exclusive to me. Oh no, my inks are sold globally. The Sizzix stencil and stamp tool should be available at lots of places. I don't think that there's much here, with the exception of perhaps the Andy Skinner stamps. I don't know if they're widely out yet. We may have them first. I'm just not sure. So if you have a local independent or a favorite online retailer, visit them, see what they have, sprinkle love everywhere, and then always come back to Scrapbooking Made Simple if you can't find what you're looking for. All right, you guys, it's me, Stacey. I will see you Monday for our live chat. I hope you had a great time. Thank you for being here with me today. Thank you for the 1 million subscribers. My heart is full and happy and blessed, and I couldn't have done it without you, nor would have I wanted to. All right, I'll see y'all later. Again, Stacey, Scrapbooking Made Simple, scrapbookingmadesimple.com. Bye, everybody.